I Yo, what is up? I stole Shay's mic. I'm the host now. It's Devin, Garrett, Shay, and our special guest, Alex, Brian. Yeah, episode 4. It's gonna be sick. Silence. Yeah. Anything to say?
Devin jacked my shit.
Yeah, this is my podcast now. But anyways, as I said,
It's taking over.
this is our special guest, Alex, a.k.a. Astroboihero, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And Brian, a.k.a. Brian. What do you have a name?
OTX.
OTX.
Brian, a.k.a. OTX, a.k.a. Povik, whatever you guys want to call me.
COVID.
Povek.
But yeah, let's get straight into it. So I guess like the start of it is like, what do you guys do here? Like, to start us off, like, explain to us, like what's your passion being here?
Our passion being here is, we're cooking up on these monsters back here behind us and in front of us. We're just putting together some Call of Duty tournaments, playing Call of Duty, grinding, streaming, trying to host some big edge Call of Duty tournaments here.
Dang. So if you guys haven't seen the last Instagram post, they actually won the last tournament. Can you guys put some thoughts
They're
on that?
stealing from Garrett and I.
No, it's definitely not rigged.
It's
Yeah,
not
you
rigged.
guys
It is
are
rigged.
You guys are the hosts.
No, yeah, we did win. It was a lot of fun. Just playing on these machines, these PCs that they put together. It's high quality, high performance. I feel like I'm gaming at home.
Shout out Blake.
Yeah, shout out to Blake for putting these things, putting everything, even coming in here 12 o'clock the night of, putting in that extra time. That was a big time effort by everybody here. But I think it went very smoothly. I had a lot of fun. It was my very first LAN, so it was good to feel the energy, have people around you, being able to dap up the boy, you know. So how'd you feel about it?
I felt good, man. It's always good to start off a tournament with a win, but sometimes it's not only about the win, it's about the experience. The experience, it tells itself if you guys come here and check it out. They don't have low-end PCs, they have the top end. It's a night and day difference. They speak for themselves, and just having the environment of the competitiveness, it just speaks for itself because it defeats the purpose of staying at home and being comfortable. But if you actually come here, you can actually feel the environment. You can actually feel if it gets tense. We had a couple ties during our matches. We had to run it back. That was, we either had to step up or they step up, but you know.
Yeah. So I was actually in the tournament, and
Oh, yeah, he was.
yeah, we're not gonna talk about my performance, but just being in that environment is just like, it's a surreal feeling. But what is it?
Yeah, you're still a little
It's
hard
like-
here. I don't know why.
It's different from talking in game and
Yeah.
like doing an online tournament, because you get to see everybody's vibe, you get to know different people and
It's
stuff.
that competitive energy.
And since it's a 2v2 tournament, like you get to get up and dap up your boy after that win. Like, that's
Yeah.
one of the greatest feelings ever.
No, it
But
is.
yeah, but I think that was sick. So I want to get into, because when I first met you guys, I never seen you guys apart. Like, there's never like just Alex and never just Brian. So how did you two meet?
It goes back to high school, right? Black Ops 2.
Dang.
We gamed together for a long time. We went to high school together, and we've just been playing together ever since. I started streaming, and then we started streaming together. We've just always been kind of moving and grinding in gaming community, and just as friends too. We've always stayed pretty close. We've always just been friends.
Have you guys ever played like tournaments like that before, or nothing out?
That was our first one. That was our first performance together. We play ranked in Call of Duty and all that, but it's obviously different when money's on the line and
Right.
Yeah.
people are here and everyone's watching you and stuff like that. So that was our first performance together. Yeah.
Dang. So, what, like, individually, can you like give me the timeline of how like gaming like affected your like your first game, and how like it was like maybe escape?
Yeah, that's easy. That's Halo 3. That's Gears of War 3.
Oh dang, way back.
Way back when, yeah, man. I didn't even have a console. I remember I had to go to my stepdad at the time. Him and his son had an Xbox 360, and I would go there and play for as long as I could, and like try and like dodge my mom's text, like, come home, it's time, you know. And I'd be like, no, we're gaming, We're gaming, but no, it was a lot of fun. Those were the times where gaming was just completely just took me to another world. You know, like real life didn't matter. Like everything else going on, like that was just my escape. And those games just shaped everything. Just made me want to become a gamer, I guess.
Yeah, for me, I remember I was like 7 years old. My uncle, he lived with us at the time. He had a PlayStation 1. He would play Splinter Cell. I wouldn't play. He like would pretend to hook up the controller. I'd be playing with him the whole time.
I had to hop in the time machine for that.
Yeah, and then after that, I played Call of Duty Big Red 1, the campaign. Fast forward to COD 4, I went to my friend's house. His older brother would play all the time with his friends. And we would play when he would leave because he would get mad if they touched his Xbox 360. So we would play. And after that, my dad got tired of seeing me go over there. So he got me an Xbox 360. And then back then, if you made multiple accounts, you could get free 2 weeks. So I would always get free 2 weeks and make different accounts.
Yo, pause. Do you guys remember the Circle of Death?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the red ring?
Yeah.
I never got it.
Bro.
And I left my Xbox running for like days on end. I was
They
like,
used to
leave
have
school.
like you had to put towels around it, and you had to do all kinds of like miracles for it. Man,
So to become a witch doctor real quick.
you
To
became a
revive
quick
it.
witch doctor just to fix your Xbox, and then even then, it's like, okay, we're working on a miracle here because if it fuck it up, like if it got messed up again, no one's fixing it.
Yeah.
And then they started coming up with like remember like your iPhone was cracking at that same period. Then those people came up with like pop-up shops, like we fix Xboxes, we fix iPads and iPhones and all that stuff.
All they needed to do was put a little thermal paste on.
That's it. That's all you needed the whole time.
But a 13-year-old just couldn't take it apart, and figure that out.
Wait, so the red circle things were a real thing?
Yeah, it was mostly. I think it was mostly just overheating, though. No.
Yeah. Just Xbox 360 and like
Yeah.
going on, not just taking care of it.
Dang, I never knew. I was always a PlayStation guy. I
Boo.
never bro.
Never had those issues.
Bro, free online play on COD, bro.
Okay, I mean, I get it, but it's just like Xbox, man. At the time, you had Halo, you had Gears. Call of Duty was the main game for on Xbox
Because that was during
before
the time
PlayStation 4 took it over.
That was during the time where like they get everything early.
Yeah.
Until PlayStation with the PS4 and
Yeah,
stuff.
PS4 did take over. I think it's safe to say PlayStation. ended
What
up
made
winning
you
the
guys
console
like
wars.
Xbox versus PlayStation? I'm gonna ask this question to Garrett first because I think Garrett's only strictly PlayStation.
Yep. Well, because PS1 came out first.
Well,
so
what
But,
game?
like, what
okay,
makes you
that makes
that?
sense.
huh?
That
Like,
makes
what
sense.
makes you like what makes the PlayStation more favorite over the Xbox?
Well, you had PlayStation 1 first, and that was like the biggest step up from everything else. And then once PS2 came out, that was the next biggest thing. Then Xbox
But the
came
Xbox
out.
came out too, though. Like the
It was
Xbox.
after though.
They
but
were
they're
well,
pretty
that-
close,
They were
but-
really close. I think they were maybe even like 6 months apart.
But
But
the Xbox had a bigger launch. I feel like it was more hype because it was like the black box. We're going back fucking a whole 2 generations.
Yeah.
This is beyond my time.
That's what I'm saying. The original Xbox.
Yeah, the
And it was
Xbox.
like the black box, the green X. Everything was green, bro. Do you remember that time? Where
Yeah.
it was like Monster came out with like the green M emblem, and then it was like Xbox with the M or the X, and it was like, what are you? And then Doritos was a huge sponsor. Dude, I'm talking about generations
Yeah.
ago, right? With the sponsorships and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, how did Sony market towards you?
Well, they
Like,
didn't
how
really
did they get
market.
you?
So, Xbox when it first came out, they only had a certain amount of games. PlayStation already had.
True, 'cause Sony, 'cause-
yeah, they just are. They already had PS1, so they've had sequels to the PS1 games. Xbox came out and it was kind of like they had a couple of games that PlayStation also had, but then they had like their Halos and all that. But it still wasn't like they didn't have that many games. Especially for me, I was like a sporting game, dirt bike game.
Okay.
Xbox didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they had all the the shooting games that were coming out, and it was still very new. They didn't come out and all of a sudden all these certain games came out. They like slowly started coming out with games. So it was just a different time. Like PS2, and then back then PS2 was kind of the it wasn't a lot of people were like, oh, it's not as good as Xbox. Xbox is like the new thing, but I was like, yeah, but they had like way more, like I said, way more games that suited me.
I mean, that's what I had first. I had a PS2. I got when I went to the next gen when it was PS3 and Xbox 360. That's when I made the jump to 360. But you're right. That's what I normally played too. Was like NCAA, Madden, 2K.
Right.
Pause. Do you remember NCAA 2005 with Reggie Bush on the cover?
Of course.
Sheesh.
That was a banger game, bro. I remember playing 2K. I think Allen Iverson was on that one, or maybe it was EA. I think
I
EA was
showed
making
Devin
those.
for the first time NBA Ballers. Do you remember that?
But is that with the big heads?
It was with Stephon Marbury, and
Oh
he
my
was like on the
God.
cover, but it was like you show up to like
Different people's houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember you showing me that.
What was your experience when I showed you that? Even the graphics were kind of like,
Low key, it had that like vintage feeling. Like
Yeah.
it was like that retro feeling. I thought it was sick. It kind of like I forgot what the new one is. I forgot the name of it. There's a game like that now, but like yeah.
no, there used to be NBA. It was like Blitz. Remember Blitz?
Blitz.
Oh, yeah, Blitz.
Blitz was sick. Like it would like slow it down. You'd break someone's like neck.
Yeah, all the players were veiny as hell.
Yeah, they were just like all on steroids.
You want to take steroids?
Yeah, throwing fireballs.
Blitz was crazy. NFL Streets. Do you remember playing that
Yeah,
one?
Street.
That was
yeah.
cool. You would just like bounce off of a wall and stuff. You'd be like Ocho Cinco, like one-handed. That was fun. I guess his name was Chad Johnson back then.
Yeah, there's a store I was telling. Sorry, there's a store I was telling Devin about. That's in Sparks. I think it's called Cap'n Games, and I think it is Camping Games. And they have all the retro stuff from vintage PlayStations, Xboxes, all that stuff, and the games as well. It looks like Blockbuster
Can you
on the
pull up?
inside. I could.
Like, could you play
I
the
could.
games there?
Oh, I was gonna say, can you pull up on the screen? We could.
No.
But no. I think that you could just show up. I think they're open not 24/7, but every day,
Okay.
like 7 days a week. And it just reminds me of Blockbuster.
Oh yeah.
I think that when you show up, it's kind of like you have rows of just games. I've only seen them through Instagram, but I'm gonna go. It's just I haven't had the time.
Yeah.
But it just takes me back to like seeing like a small business having that to offer,
Yeah.
where you can come and just grab a game that's from 2003, 2004, like we were just talking about, like Street Blitz, all that stuff, and then coming back over here and just playing it at your house, whatever. Like I think that one thing that we should do here is like a Thursday, like Throwback Thursdays.
Like a retro Friday.
Retro,
kind of thing.
retro
or so-
situation.
Yeah.
How would you feel about that, Devin? Like, you haven't played games that we're talking about, but like, would you be interested in playing the games I showed you?
It would be like a different feel, like trying something new.
Yeah.
Like I'm always open to trying something new, and like I like the idea. I definitely like that, and it can bring like a new audience.
Like your
too.
friends that were here last night, they're playing Fortnite, all these new games
Yeah.
that are just kind of different from what we grew up on.
Yeah. But even then, like, if we're, like, marketing, like, a Halo 3 LAN type deal, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine all the old people that just
Oh,
get
man.
nostalgia off of that.
But we just opened up the servers, right, on Call of Duty, like the old Call of Duty stuff,
so
right?
that's right. Right
Can
now,
you guys speak on that?
So right now, so since the 4.5 Reloaded update that happened on Call of Duty that we were talking about, that messed up all the games, FPS, their servers, everyone has been going back to old Call of Duties, like dating back to Black Ops, which I think came out in like 2012, around there.
Yeah.
So everyone's going to get, like, even my friend, he just called me today. He's like, yo, set up your 360, like, go to GameStop, go buy a physical copy of the game, because I don't even think they did digital copies back then, you know? And I was like, okay, why? He's like, because there's over 130,000 people playing this old game right now on Black Ops. So there's a big, like, rejuvenation, and nostalgia plays a big part in that. But yeah, there's a lot of people playing old games right now on physical copies.
Yeah, I was talking with Steve about that. Remember about like, bringing back the old like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, playing like all those old. That's because that's a game I play. I used to play the same level just over and over. All right.
I got all the tokens.
Tony Hawk was fun though. Tony Hawk
Yeah.
is an iconic. It's a cornerstone game.
Oh
If
yeah.
you didn't play Tony Hawk growing up, I don't think you had a good childhood. I don't know.
Oh yeah. It was like the biggest game. That's all everyone.
I feel like that was a milestone for creating milestones in a game, right? Because you had to collect a certain amount of items. If not, you didn't beat the game. Because it was more than just like, okay, you defeated this level, but did you get the coins? Did you get this? You know, like I think that really set people back, and you know, it's different. I think that playing Tony Hawk for myself, you know, just speaking on that, I think that Tony Hawk really set the competitive level, because I was like, okay, I got hooked on the console. Now Modern Warfare or whatever, you know, Call of Duty came out. You're just like, man, I'm just hooked on this now. What's everyone else playing? Okay, now I'm playing. You know.
Yeah.
It was just different. That's even different from like playing like a handheld, console, right? Because I was playing Game Boy with like Pokemon and like what's called Zelda and stuff like that. But once like a Tony Hawk came into play, it was just different.
It was different.
Yeah, that and Grand Theft Auto. That was a big one too.
That's a whole another episode, brother.
Grand Theft Auto 3 came out in Vice City. Oh my god.
Well, have you seen like the role plays that like you can do in GTA now? Like
GTA, really?
Yeah, GTA role plays are just it's another world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's another whole another game. For me, it was GTA San Andreas.
Oh, San Andreas.
And
Oh,
getting
yeah.
all the cheat codes off the website.
Yeah.
You can work out.
gosh.
Like, dude, I was living vicariously through what was his name? What was the black dude's name in San Andreas? CJ. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it was funny because if you had a girlfriend, you had to like maintain her too. Yeah, you had to do that.
I remember Vice
Only
City.
if we could.
Yeah. I remember Vice City. I got the code.
Not even in a video game, brother.
I remember getting the code to get a helicopter in Vice City, and that's the first time you can actually fly something in Vice City.
Remember Cheat Code City? It was like Cheat Code City was like where you can go and get all the cheat codes. I remember them. I think that I see people with like the cheat codes like
On
tatted.
their arm.
Yeah, R1, R2, L1, L2, left, right.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. No, that's how deep that game went though.
it was
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. I remember
I need all the
sneaking
weapons.
a copy of that game like from my mom. Like I remember I was hiding it and like
Yeah.
at night I would just like pop it in and I'd be playing lights off. I would just be like
Bro,
this game
that was
so
me.
low.
That was me for San Andreas, and that was me for a college graduation from Kanye. And 50 Cent's, I forgot what album that was, but that was during that same time. My mom didn't want me listening to hip hop, rap, or dealing with
It was
like
like Eminem curtain call for me.
well, anything that had an M, like for mature,
Yeah.
or anything that had like what do they do for CDs? It's like I forgot what it's like when it's like 18 plus or explicit, anything with
M
that.
for mature or
And
whatever.
yeah, all of that. My mom's like, no, that's the devil's music. That's the devil's game.
Yeah.
Mom, I have 4 copies under my bed sheet right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm slipping them in. I'm closing my door. I'm not doing anything weird. I'm just playing games. I'm just listening
Did
to
you ever
music.
go to Walmart and buy? Because Walmart always sold like the edited versions where they took out like swear words and
Yeah.
stuff in CDs.
Yeah.
I remember I always had to go because I always like Disturbed and all the like metal stuff.
Bro,
Yeah.
this is over Devin's head. Do you remember that one song? You guys might know the name. Garrett for sure probably does. When it's like, I don't want you back. F all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Remember that? That had like 100.
Or something like
Yes, they had like 100 curse words, but it's like, you know, that was on the explicit. Imagine that
Oh,
just
yeah.
being like blank, 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 you know. Beep,
Yeah.
I don't want you. Beep, back, beep,
Yeah.
beep.
It was just
beep.
nothing. It just went quiet.
Yeah, remember like it was like
Just listen to good
my
beats.
top 25 songs. You got to pay $30, $29.99. You can get this now. My smash hits. Like, dude, that's the era we lived in. Remember
yeah.
that?
Yeah. That was a good
Yeah,
era.
LimeWire.
90s.
LimeWire.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
LimeWire.
gosh.
I blew up your laptop with
Oh, dude, I had viruses all day.
Yeah, worth
Yeah.
it though.
Oh yeah, I still have songs
Yeah.
offline.
Dead.
Burning
downloaded-
CDs.
I have to ask
yeah.
Dev this. Devin, do you know what LimeWire is?
Hell no.
No. Oh man.
Do you know what like that
Bear
was?
share?
that was before
guys-
YouTube.
Bear share, bro.
I don't remember Bear.
Yeah, I don't know what's Bear Share.
You remember Bear Share? Bear Share was before LimeWire.
Oh, okay then. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
well,
over my head.
I thought you were going like Napster was before LimeWire.
So it was
remember
Napster, Bear Share, then LimeWire. And then once your computers were done and no one wanted to buy a computer anymore, then it went Apple Music. Like,
Apple Music. Yeah.
For the audience, the same age as me, can you explain what you guys are talking about right now? Because I'm so confused.
LimeWire was basically a place where you can illegally download music,
Right.
and
we don't promote illegal music.
Not at all.
Or stealing music.
Don't sell anything.
I proudly own an Apple Music account now.
Well, it
Me too. I
wasn't
pay
just
$9.99 a month.
Yeah, it wasn't just music. It was videos.
It was
just
everything.
everything. Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, videos. You could download your PORN, all of that stuff, bro. It was just wild times. I think that back then,
Ringtones.
ringtones, all of that
That's
stuff.
right. I remember.
Dude, remember it'd be like,
Get an
I
MP3.
forgot about that.
don't call me back. F all those shit, dude. Yeah, your voicemail was literally your soundtrack to your life.
I think I had Soldier Boy on one of my ringtones.
Hey, Superman, there. Hey, like, dude,
Well, you
that was
type
back
in.
then.
You basically type in anything, and it would just go. of
Yeah.
like all the songs, and then you would download one, it'd be the shittiest.
Bro,
Like,
so I told my aunt when I was a kid, I think I was like 12, I was like, I want to get in, this is MySpace days, so coding. And I think coding was kind of like big deal back then. And I told my aunt, hey, I want to get into like coding and I want to like learn about computer science and stuff like that. I was 12 years old. So she went to Walmart or like Sam's Club, bro. She spent like $400 or $500 on a laptop for me. It was Asus. And the first thing I went and did, because they did give you like a package deal for like WebRoot or like whatever antivirus. I was like, I don't know what this is. It's just some whatever BS card with like a code on the back. I didn't even download it on there, right? And so I was just like, LimeWire, I need all the music. So on my iPod Shuffle. Remember the Shuffle?
Yeah.
So I had the original iPod, like the iPod with the screen and stuff. I lost it.
I had the original black and white one.
Yeah.
The
And-
original.
Dude, my
The one that
parents...
just had, came with the scroller
Yep.
and the.
Yep,
Yeah, my parents punished me. Then they got me a DJ Shuffle. Remember that? That was through Dell. They used to have a DJ,
I
a
don't
Dell
remember.
DJ. That's what they were called. It
don't
was like the
remember
knockoff version of the iPod.
Yeah,
And then I lost that too. And then I got an iPod Shuffle, which is like just a stick, USB stick, and then literally you're shuffling until you find your shit. You're like,
Yeah, it only fit like 100 songs.
yeah, remember that, dude? And so I was listening to that for a minute. But anyway, so my aunt got me this laptop. The first thing I did was download LimeWire. And then I just remember, dude, just viruses everywhere, pop-ups, malware. And I just remember I was like, well, just click close until you get to your shit. But little did I know, once I started putting personal information like my Yahoo or like whatever on it, my email, because I created my first email on that laptop, it was just like, yeah, my password didn't work anymore. Like nothing, like this was stolen. Like this is before even Bitcoin. It was just like, yo, we have your wife hidden in this parking lot. You better come bring us $100,000. Like I was like, whoa, what's going on here? But yeah, those were the dark days,
Those
bro.
are, that's when
The best
internet was
times,
the
the
wild,
MySpace
wild
days.
west.
Yeah, that's crazy
Devin,
because I
do you know
had,
anything about what I'm talking about?
No.
Do you remember copying,
input
pasting
right
the coding for MySpace to get like certain things on your
Bro, we were
page?
coding, bro. You had to literally
Well,
go
you
to a
copy and
source code
pasted.
website. You had to go to a source code website and like literally pull whatever. Dude, these people could be stealing your information to date. You know what I'm saying? Like they just literally provided you want a black and white background. What kind of background you want? Here's the
Right.
source code, you know, and just copy and paste it, and then you put it into your MySpace page.
I remember
Not
that.
only
Yeah.
that, but if they opened up your profile, you had like a profile song.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You had a profile.
And then you had
To
a
your
top.
life.
You had like a top 6 friends,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like
Top 6
everyone.
friends.
Yeah, everyone fought over who was the top.
Like, why am I
friend.
not in your top 6,
Yeah.
bro?
I was like, oh, I didn't even make top 6, huh?
It was like T-Mobile with
Dang.
their top 5 friends or whatever.
I guess I have a question for Dev on that. Could you imagine if you had 5 friends right now that are your best friends? That can change. Obviously, you're still in high school tomorrow. How do you even like rate them? How, dude, tricky, right?
That's too hard. I don't wanna break
But,
any
the,
bonds.
but,
That's
then,
what
they,
we
but then
don't
they
know.
know, you know, like it's not like it's a secret. Like the whole internet knows.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
everyone knows your whole like
It's your
class.
top.
knows.
Top your page.
Yeah, we did. It was, and like it messed with your mental a little bit, you know.
Relationship.
Yeah.
But number 2 is your bestest best friend. And then
Yeah.
number 3 is that guy that's just always there.
No matter what, he's the real ride
And
or
that's how
die,
you rate
though.
it, right? You're just like rating off of, okay, that guy, he did a favor for me one time. Okay, all right, that's my boy. We get lunch every day, you know. And then
You
after
remember
that, you just-
AIM? Oh,
AIM?
oh yeah.
I don't.
You don't remember AIM? It
No.
was like the
Instant
chat,
messaging, right?
the chat thing. I forgot even what it stood for, but it was like the American Online. But yeah, but it wasn't like the what the
I
AIM
know it was AOL's version of Instant Messenger.
Yeah,
AOL's
Okay,
instant
okay,
messenger.
yeah, I
Yeah, it's
kinda
like
do remember that.
AOL instant messenger.
Okay,
that's what it
okay,
is.
that does kind of ring a bell. I don't think I used that very much.
Really,
though.
that was a massive.
That was
thing,
on
too.
BBM. So if you had BlackBerry Messenger, no, it wasn't.
That was on the
separate.
internet.
That was
That's-
different. No,
yeah.
BlackBerry Messengers when you had a BlackBerry, bro. That was a different time.
I had a BlackBerry Pearl. That was in middle school.
Yeah.
I
I
couldn't.
had a flip phone with Snake on it. That was my first phone. It
Snake,
didn't even have.
Snake is a legendary
Yeah.
game though. To this day, I'm sure. Well, like they kind of like upgraded it to that bigger one.
Slither?
Where you slither.io. Is that what it's called? Yeah. It kind of updated a little bit of Snake into that.
Yeah.
Rewind. All right, Dev, get back to the questions.
Little sidebar.
I know.
had no
I just threw him off for 20 minutes.
That was like
He's
a
just like,
sidebar on sidebar.
that was like a hell, dude. That was a curve ball.
You guys went back a little bit, and then more, and then more.
Yeah, we just went,
We're just
Bro, I
gonna
was
go
like,
forever.
yo, I need you to hop in this time machine, but you're gonna sit backseat for a minute.
yeah, bro.
it was fun though.
We had a
Dang.
4-seater.
Dang. Okay, so going back to modern gaming. Modern gaming. So since you guys are like Call of Duty guys, I
Don't
want
say essentially.
Oh, I'm not you. I'm not you. It's good. It's good. But since you guys are Call of Duty guys, I've been wanting to ask like top 3. What like top 3
Specific
COD
order,
game?
like-
Specific. Like 1 being the best, 3. Cause I.
For me, number 3 would have to be MW3.
Mhm.
That's kind of hard, man.
Yeah.
It's fun 'cause
Well, which
That was
ones
a
are
big-
popping up? With the first ones that are popping up,
Well, I
bro,
have
those
my-
are the
I have
ones.
my
You can't
3.
deep dive
well,
into them.
BO2 second
Yeah.
place, MW2 number 1. But the reason MW2 is number 1 because that was my first online game,
Mm.
and like I progressively saw myself getting better,
That's fire.
and telling myself like I would always play free for all because I didn't know what the other game modes were.
Are
So
you
then,
are you ranking the Call of Duties off of experience or like in game?
oh,
stuff?
balancing too, experience and balancing because back then on MW2 you had stopping power, which means like your bullets did more damage.
You also
I hated
had
that
you
shit.
also had One Man Army Pro. That's
Yeah.
bullshit. Like,
Well, in every Call of Duty there's broken shit.
yeah, but I'm,
Yeah.
noob tubing across the map was just ridiculous.
But-
MW2's alright.
But that one, dude, if you get a 7 kill streak and you get your Harrier, your kill streak kills count for your nuke.
Yeah,
You
that
can
was
get
whack.
nukes quick.
That was whack.
So
Oh,
what
that
was
was fun.
what was your
It was fun.
My third was MW3,
MW3,
and it was
BO2.
game breaking because they brought specialists in. You can get all the perks and you
You
feel
were
like
a
a super
superhuman.
soldier.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
mine are very, very close to yours though. So mine goes MW3, BO. It actually goes Black Ops because Black Ops was my very first Call of Duty online game. Kind of how MW2 was for you. I didn't play MW2. I played MW2 on just campaign. I didn't have online yet because I was 360. How you're talking about how you didn't have free yet. Like that was.
I fell in love with Black Ops because of the campaign.
The campaign was so
Campaign.
good. Woods, they all iconic
Bro.
characters.
When you could break out of your
That was
chair,
zombies.
Bro,
Yes.
and then the
Off the-
little laptop behind that you like
Yeah,
put
put codes in.
passwords and stuff.
Yeah.
And you
dude,
get like
right off
in-game.
the rip. Once you load the game and you just press left trigger, right trigger, and you can break out your chair.
Bro,
Yeah.
It's a
insane.
game breaking Easter egg right off the rip.
Yeah. Well, that's what they were known for. Treyarch is one. The game visually looks good, but they were known for the Easter eggs. Like you were saying, zombies. The Easter eggs went nuts.
Oh, I know.
That's my because my list like is very not that it's different because I was more of a
Yeah.
zombies guy. So number 1 is Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 like I remember that was like one of my, the first times I pulled an all-nighter. I forgot what the DLC pack it was, but it was Studio that just came out and
I think that was the first one.
the first one.
Ascension.
Yeah, I think it was Ascension.
It was Ascension.
Ascension.
Yeah, because it went
With-
black and white for like.
It was
the-
Studio and the zombie map Die Rise for DLC 1.
Is that the one with?
I think that's when they did the
It was it was the skyscrapers stuff in
Oh,
Black Ops 2.
okay.
But that was like that experience for me was insane. And then number 2, I gotta say Modern Warfare 2019. Modern Warfare
I'm not-
2019.
I'm not mad at that.
That was it brought Call of Duty back to life for me. Like
I think
because
it
the
just
past
brought
one-
Call of Duty back in general.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then top 3, I have to say Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 was,
Oh yeah, fun.
bro, like when multiplayer and zombies collide, like everybody loved both because Black Ops 3 was like the best like advanced tech Call of Duty.
Yeah.
in my opinion. I wasn't a fan of Advanced Warfare. I wasn't a fan of Infinite Warfare.
Really, I did like BO3. I felt like Infinite Warfare was just a little bit more smoother.
Really?
Yeah, but I did. Treyarch doesn't miss for me. Like every Treyarch game I could play over and over again. They don't miss in zombies. They don't really miss multiplayer wise. The game just looks good.
Everything, not just multiplayer or anything. They cater to zombies and everything.
Yeah.
Have you guys been like ever been into zombies? Like
Yeah, no heavy. Be it
Yeah.
Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3. Not really. That's when I started to take competitive COD serious. Like so, my very first like game battles. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's like GB. That's when I started to play like S&Ds, like 4v4s. I think it was maybe 5v5 then.
Which one?
BO3. Stuff
I think that
4v4.
When did it go to 5v5? Was it BO4?
BO4.
Yeah, it was BO4.
Okay, maybe that's what I was thinking.
Because
About.
they have the specialists incorporated.
Yeah.
So I didn't really play a lot of zombies, but I bought everything for Call of Duty, bro. Like I have all the packs. Like I had every single poster because that's when they did launches. Remember when you used to go to GameStop and go to like launch releases and stuff like that? Did you ever go to one of those?
Yeah, what is it? I went for, I think the only and first time because I never really had the money. But for Black Ops 4, I got the like the mystery box pack for zombies.
Yeah, you had to. Like I was always one of those people because I've loved like just the little knickknacks that they would give you. Like I remember I got one of the Gears of War packs too with like it was like a Phoenix. Like of Phoenix, like crouching. It was like a statue of him. That was a good one that I got.
I think the best was Black Ops 3's one with the Juggernaut mini fridge.
Yeah,
The Juggernaut mini
that's
fridge
fire.
is sick.
That was crazy.
You can never find those anymore. Like nobody's reselling it.
I still have like the steelbook cases from Ghost too. That was a good one.
Oh, the steel books.
The
I
steelbook
forgot
case.
about those.
Yeah.
Bro, it's crazy that like Call of Duty's taken over Halo. Remember Halo had all the hype
Yeah.
originally.
Did they
like
stop
all the
Halo?
merch. No, they didn't stop. They should have.
It just died out, or
Like it's just kind of one of those things too. Like in gaming, well, one, you're Activision, so it's like you're never really short on money or marketing. But like they release Call of Duty every single year,
Oh,
so
just
even
couldn't
if they
compete.
miss, then they just reload,
Right.
You know, and they hit it again. And so for a long time, it was just like you're always getting something new. They're always keeping it like updated and fresh. Which, if you look at it in hindsight, like that's kind of how Fortnite took over, because like they keep their stuff
Every week,
very
bro.
clean, updated, events like all the time, like just keeping it fresh, new all the time, and that's what Call of Duty kind of did back then in a sense, just throwing you stuff at like the packs. They had like 4 packs every 3 months.
For Fortnite?
Just for add-ons for Call of Duty, and then a year later you would be playing a new COD.
Well, yeah, that made me feel like a degenerate gamer.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how
We
how
are.
shit
Degenerate
the-
gamer.
We are.
No matter how shit the game was,
Yeah.
you'd complain, "Oh, this game is so ass," and then comes out, you buy it again.
It was
Yeah.
kind of,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was
you would
kinda
just buy it
weird
again.
when Cold War came out because
Cold War was very hated, but I feel like a lot of
So
people
underrated.
so underrated.
So
But that's,
I had fun on it.
that's
yeah.
how a lot of people view Call of Duty though too. Is like, oh, I don't like it, I hate it. Well, and obviously like people as humans, I feel like we don't like change. So like when you're going from a new game, you're like, oh, this is bad because I'm used to all the old stuff. Because it's a different developer.
Yeah.
It's Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer made
And
all
Raven,
the Call
too.
of, and Raven now make all the Call of Duties. So every year it's always different. So you're always gonna get that, oh, it's different, I don't like it. But then when you look back on it, you're like, wow, that COD was really good. They did a lot of cool things, you know. But with Halo, like I feel like you got the game and that was it.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have that game. They don't really do update. Well, back then they didn't really do updates. Now they still kind of don't do updates. But it's just like that's what you got for 4 or 5 years, where they're working on some masterpiece. You
Halo
know?
2 was fired no matter what you say, bro. Halo
Yeah.
2 is the best video game
always
of
will be.
the 2000s,
I-
I'd have to say.
I think that's what made.
Slayer.
Slayer was fine.
Well, Halo 3 was really good too because of Sandbox. Like when the community can have a little bit of not input, but like development in the game and make their own game modes, make their own maps. That's why Fortnite Creative is such a big thing. Like they're making their own video games. They made Only Up, which is another game inside of Fortnite. So it's like you make your Only Up tracks of whatever. But I mean,
I hate that game.
you know, that game will make you rich.
Yeah.
I think they took it off. I think you can buy it anymore.
Oh, you can?
I think they had like some licensing problems.
Oh,
They
damn.
stole some content or something.
But
I remember when I got into game battles, it was like during MW2,
mhm.
and I remember going to Fernando's house, and he would play Call of Duty too. And,
Dang.
he would play MW2.
Fernando, really?
Yeah. And the reason, no, dude, no lie.
Fernando's in the back. He's not going to show his face because we're not going to like disclose him until we have a podcast with him. So he's going to be hidden.
Yeah, dude, no lie. I'm not even gonna lie. The reason I found out about game battles was because he told me he was an Envy, and then I was like, "Who the fuck is Envy?"
Dude, Fernando's the biggest OG of all time. I feel so ashamed not even holding
Wait,
him.
like the envy,
Like,
Yeah, no, I think he's
like
really
the
good,
envy that's
but
still around.
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, that's his story to tell.
Yeah.
You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Okay.
But-
coming soon.
No, coming soon, and you got to pay for. If you want it right now, you better subscribe and like.
Yeah, make sure
Like
like,
and
comment, subscribe, and put fucking post notifications on because you don't want to miss these. You know, they're quality.
Yes,
But and then I started doing game battles, and then I started getting too competitive to the point where I just couldn't play with no randoms or like my friends that are like average or below average.
That's what kind of sucked about gaming though too, is like when you start playing, like it's fun. We're doing it with the boys every night.
Yeah.
But then when you start taking it super seriously, you're like, well, like I got to take it to another level, and it's not cutting it. You
Yeah.
know, unfortunately, like not everyone makes the cut. As much as you want your boys to be there, obviously they're never going away. But like you like have to make those harder decisions.
What broke that seal for me was Black Ops 2 because that was the first game they incorporated ring play.
Mm.
They had capture the flag, searching the story, and hardpoint. And it went from bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and masters. And if you went masters, that's like basically being top 250. But back in that day, in the Xbox 360 days, if you were platinum and you're playing against masters and you're fucking shitting on them, they would DDoS you, dude. I swear, you would see your modem just go red. I swear, dude. Back then, it wasn't hackers. It was more like, oh, they're DDoSing me.
Yeah.
So then, it wouldn't even kick you off the game, like to like be like, okay, like you're not gonna lose any like skill rating points. It would just kick you off, give you like a game penalty where you couldn't play a match for like 10 minutes, and then your friends are playing a 3v4. So that's how serious it was back then.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But nowadays, there's blatant hackers, wall hacks, aimbotting, soft aim.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were gaming on consoles.
Is
back
that
then.
why we don't allow people to play online? I think we should touch on that too.
That's
Yeah.
exactly the way. That's
So I'll let maybe even Devin set this up, and I'll throw this to you to set it up. But I think that a lot of inquiries that we get, or inquiries that we get, is, hey, I have a friend that's out of state. Can I come in and play on land, but that friend play out of state? Or, hey, we're both out of state. We live in Idaho. We want to join your tournament. Can we join for the TVT, like Warzone or CDL? Like, what are your thoughts on that first, Devin? Then kick that over to them.
It's like it's nothing against them. It's just like keeping it like a fair field, you know. Like just we can't monitor him. Like nowadays, there's like modded controllers that has built-in like aimbot and stuff because of that controller. We can't like know what you're using and stuff. And like it's fair to the other people that come here and stuff. Like if they hear like somebody's online playing, they might be skeptical too. Like, why should I even play in this tournament? Because that person's not going to be monitored. They might have an advantage. So yeah, I think that's my thoughts. You want to like echo that, or like what's your thoughts?
like it's just competitive integrity at the end of the day. Like, I mean, it's nothing against online, but when you're at LAN, it's a total different environment. You're in a different headspace. Like, you're more comfortable when you're at home and you're gaming. And I wish that it wasn't like that. I would love to have more people online. I think that would be great for everybody involved. But unfortunately, it's just not fair. Like, even if I would just because I've thought about it, I was like, well, maybe we can just allow consoles. But even then, you still don't know like what he could be using controller. And there is still ways like people that can cheat. And I don't think that there would be a lot of them, but it just takes one.
Yeah.
It takes that one person to take advantage of us,
ruin the whole
to
vibe.
ruin everything for everybody, and to just leave a bad taste in your mouth. I think the whole point of the LAN and the whole point of this place is you need to come see this place for itself. You need to feel this environment. These guys put on a tremendous just spectacle of just the lights. The whole vibe here is just next level. Like, you won't know what that feels like until you're here. So if you want to play online, like, that's cool. Like, there's plenty of online tournaments. There's Twitter. They do all of that stuff. Go do that.
Get on your Discords.
And if you really want to come play a LAN, get your butt here. Like, get here, come play here, come check it out for yourself. Quit being scared. It's fun. You will have a good time. You'll enjoy yourself. Everyone else is like-minded. Like, it's
like,
just the vibe.
Like exactly when Devin said he's not going to speak on his experience. Whether you're first or last, everyone dapped each other up and said good games. You know.
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, bro. Even though I played terrible, but it was like just a fun experience meeting your brother. Your brother was cool.
He's nasty.
Yeah.
Shout out Shoot. Shout out Richard, bro. You're a demon. You're gonna be crazy if you keep this up, man.
Yeah, shout out Khalil, man. Get out of diamond.
So the online thing, that basically takes, obviously, at anyone out of state. So we had a couple of people out of state that obviously wanted to play.
Yeah.
What do you think there would be, like, maybe, obviously this would be, the way you guys did it would be the main one,
Yeah.
but would you even think about doing something online that would kind of tend and give a little bit more advantage to people that were actually here? Because clearly you said people that played online have a little more
I mean,
advantage.
we could do that. We definitely, I would be open to that.
It's just something we'd have to figure out.
We would have to
probably.
figure it out. Obviously, if you're playing here, you wouldn't have to stream. But if you did do online, you would have to stream. There would be certain, like, we'd do monitor cam. You just have to stream the whole thing, which isn't, like, hard, but people could still hide that. Like, there's, like, Phantom overlay. There's just a whole bunch of stuff. But it would just, it does raise the competitive ceiling, but, like, tenfold.
Right. That goes back to the experience. We're trying to have a customized experience to benefit not only the people that are coming here, like on-prem, right? But the people that are also just like spectating, because it's really harder. I feel like it's harder to spectate and like get the vibe, like you said, when you're not here in person, you know? So if you're not trying to, it's like selling tickets at a Dodger game. You're going to go to a Giants game, you know, you're going to go to a baseball stadium, and it's like, okay, baseball's boring watching it on TV. I'm just speaking out of my, you know, experience, but it's like when you go to the game, it's live. It's nice. It feels different.
Oh, it's the same thing. That's absolutely baseball. I will not watch baseball.
It's like concerts too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's with anything though, and these people are filled with the same passion that you are for this field, for this game. Like, you won't understand it until you're here. Like, that's the whole thing about it. Like, so for World Series of Warzone, what we're doing now for Call of Duty for Warzone is we just went through 2 stages, and they're having a LAN in London. Like, the hype behind this and the energy behind being at a LAN event, like, is just next level.
Bro, different energy.
Different energy. Well, and I just went to the CDL champs in Vegas, and the Optic fans were absolutely insane. I would have never known that unless I went there.
You should see when they're actually at home in Texas.
Yeah,
No, exactly.
The green wall, right?
Yeah,
That's
The green wall, bro. It's so real. It's just, you just have to be there. You have to try it out. Like, you just won't know until you know.
I actually want to.
I'm
go on. My fault.
sorry to interrupt, but that's the thing that a lot of people are scared to dip their toes in and actually come to an environment where it's competitive. They might be like, oh, people are going to be toxic, but in what competitive scene there isn't a little bit of shit talking?
Oh yeah, and that segue, I was about to get your opinions about it, talking about the vibe and trash talking. It's in almost like in every competitive scene. You can't run away from it. It's part of competitiveness. But yesterday at Cedric's birthday party, shout out Cedric, happy big 18. But what is it? We had a 4v4 S&D, and like after every round, we would get up and just like because they're our friends, we can trash talk and stuff. But like the vibe was different. Like it wasn't like through Discord and stuff. You can actually see them.
When you guys are playing 2K too, I felt that energy. Like when he nailed that last buzzer beater on you, you guys were going nuts, bro. I didn't mean to throw you down like that. I didn't mean to call you out like that. But no, like it's just different, bro. Like I've never been that kind of person that does talk a lot of shit. I like my game to talk for me. But I don't mind my teammates like barking. I don't mind them doing their thing, because whatever gets you in the best competitive mindset is what's gonna get you going. You know?
Do you should talk?
Every fucking day.
No, yeah, dude, this man is in it.
You know, sorry for the bad words, but I've been calling people piss stains, shit stains. But that's the thing though, because like I'm feeling myself. But then there's days where I'm not on my full A game, and they're talking shit to me, and I'm like, dude, I just gotta swallow it because I be doing it too.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, if you're scared to come here and dip your toes in, people are gonna be, no, bro, we're all like-minded, we're all passionate. You might not think you're better than me or the next person, but why is that stopping you from trying to get better and get in that experience?
It kind of raises the stakes a little bit, because you're not only like playing for the prize, but you're playing to like maybe get that upper hand. Like, because we're playing Valorant and you can't hear the other team between rounds. And so when we lose a round on this side, all you hear is the other side just they celebrate. You're like, damn. So like when you win that next round, you're extra loud and stuff. Like you're playing
like
to
you're just trying to up them. Yeah, you're trying to raise that energy.
Even before you lose that round and you hear them like barking and celebrating, deep down that tells you like, oh, this round I gotta step it up.
Yeah, it kind of like you're locked in after that. Like okay.
But then it also brings the best out of you when people are talking to you and your back's up against the wall. Who knows what you could do? You know, it brings some crazy stuff, competitive energy. It brings the best out of us.
Not only the shit talking, but like, if I'm having a bad game and I'm in the blender, which means like I'm not really doing anything and I can't get out of like the shitty situation, if my boy over here is going crazy, and if I'm not doing good, I'm gonna fucking tell him, hey, go keep going crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's only gonna make him feed off of it.
Yeah.
But if we're both quiet, not really telling him anything, he's not gonna get that confidence to be like, yo, I feel like him right now.
What was your thoughts? Because you were there yesterday and you saw a little bit when you came back.
I'd have to say that the competitive energy was definitely there. I think that just having people in a room that all have the common goal of wanting to be the best, it gets the best of everyone.
Yep.
Because I think that everyone that was, especially at Cedric's birthday, they all have that ego in them. Like Devin was here, that's his best friend, one of his friends, and he's just like, yo, shit talking all day. He's just like, I want to be against Cedric, and then he could play with Cedric. And I think that's the vibe that we bring, where you can play against each other, 4v4 or 5v5, whatever, and then you can also play the same on the same side as your friend.
Yeah.
So you get both sides of it. But when they were, I left for a little bit, and then Devin, when I came back, Devin's like, yo, I got something to show you, and he showed me, and I was like, yo, like, bro, there was Devin. Who was on your team? Like, Tell me who was on your team on the side. Shout him out a little bit.
It was me in the back corner, and then my homie Chris, Jillian, and Joe. And then, like, in our friend group, those are, like, the most toxic people you could play with. So I stacked up, like, the trash-talking team.
Yeah.
But after, like, it's, like, the first round, they won. They yelled a bit, and we're like, okay,
Was this
second.
for Valorant or so?
No, this was COD. This was COD.
Oh God.
Yeah. So once they won, they barked a little bit. So once we won the next one, all three of them got up and went to, like, I think Blake was playing on their team, and they got up and like, yeah, what was that? Huh? What was that? Hey, we can't. It's quiet in this bitch now.
Hey, Blake was talking. Blake
Hey,
was talking
yo,
to my
Blake's
brother.
a talker, right?
Blake
Shout
was
out
talking
Blake.
to my
Blake's
brother
a
the
talker.
other day. Yeah.
Because I think at the end of the day, you need that, though. When we're talking to Axel, shout out Smash, who's here tonight. Yeah, but I think Axel, really, when he was talking about that last week, it's the precedent for playing a video game, bro. If you want to play competitive, it's when you're here live in action. What's up, bro? You're talking all that smack. What's up? You're good? No, you're not. Axel's like, you can't even get on stage. What's up? And so, like, even coming back tonight, which we're going to see it, I think when we were here yesterday, these guys were, like you said, he had the most toxic people on his side. And then the side that was like, yo, we're toxic too. Shh. That's all you have to do. Just hush them up.
Just wait until the vlog comes out. The footage I got of the trash talking is crazy.
I
Just
can't
wait for that.
to see that. Yes, sir.
But I think that the energy also comes back to just like who you are as a person too, because I think that a lot of this also stems back to if you're that person in life, bro, being competitive. And I'll actually spin this back even on Garrett, because I even put this on Garrett when he's like a competitive like motorcycle rider. Like we talked about this with Axel. Well, we kind of put that into like music wise, but Garrett also rides motorcycles. And I'm going to say this, like if you're competitive as a person in general, that's going to set you in life too, because you're always going to be competing in anything that you do, right?
Oh, yeah,
like
absolutely.
anything, it's competition, right?
Well, yeah, competition. Without competition, how are you going to get better? How are you going to know if you get better without it? It's like if you're just playing the same game over and over, it's like you're just going to stay at a level. And then all of a sudden, once you play against someone better than you, then you realize where your status is at. And you're like, okay, well, now I
got some
gotta
things to
step it
work
up.
on.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not that guy.
Right, exactly.
You're not that guy, pal.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not that guy, pal.
And you get humbled really quick playing against the, like, when I go, I'm a desert rider, but once I go to a track, because I think I'm pretty good at desert stuff, then you go to a track and then you see what those guys are doing. You're like, wow, okay.
Hey, sorry, I'll be back in about a month, guys.
Yeah.
I got some practice to do.
So yeah, it's like.
But it's the same thing here. I think I can't wait to have Fernando on this because he can even speak. He's over there behind the camera. But I think it's like, once you're like not winning as much, you're gonna be like, I'll be back in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and then you go back and practice, you know? And I think same thing with you guys playing like CDL or Warzone or whatever. I think like some people, they might take a step back, and because you guys probably have a community, right? Of like people you see every day online practicing, playing, but just some people step out and like not participate, and then you see them bounce back in. You're like, yo, I saw you out for like 3 months, bro, but now you're good.
Yeah.
Is that what your brother did?
No, my brother. So he
casually.
He plays casually, bro. He plays casually. Like, he games, like, now that it's summer, obviously, he's gaming a lot more. And since I told him he just stopped playing Warzone and he just switched over to CDL. He's playing a lot of CDL lately. But once I told him about the Warzone tourney, then he hopped back into Warzone because he stopped playing, I think, as a lot of people did with Warzone too. But no, he came back in and he dominated, man. That kid he did his thing.
Shout out Richard.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Alex definitely created a monster because I remember one day he hits me up.
He's like a silent killer, bro. He wasn't talking shit, but he was talking shit.
No,
he was like, shut up, bitch.
I can speak for that because the day before we were doing trial and error with all the stuff we had to get right.
That's right.
Like, I don't play Warzone. I play more like CDL, like Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, Control, and it's like 4v4. And the reason I stopped playing Warzone is because it just got so ratty to the point where everyone's like holding hands, and it's just kind of hard to play. So I kind of got like skewed away from it. Yeah. And he said, "Oh, I thought Povik was gonna be better."
Hey, to that though, we did get racked.
Yeah, and then the next day when we won, or before we even played, I mentioned it, and Richard heard, and he started smiling, and I was like, "Don't worry, Astro." I was just giving him the confidence so he could think he's good.
Yeah.
Bro,
so then I could take over.
He's a silent because Blake was talking shit too. That other
The
team
entire
so
time, bro.
mad.
They
had to
talking-
mute him.
They started talking to him in game.
Everyone has to mute Blake.
Because I played on their accounts and they said they were talking already muted. But I remember asking him like who won. I asked your brother who won. He was like us easily. Like he's like a silent talker.
He is a silent
Blake would have
killer.
won.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing that I told him. I didn't tell him anything, but that's kind of like how I am too. Like, I don't really talk shit. Like, I do, but I don't.
Bro,
like,
I came up to you. I was like, "Who won?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
yeah,
Like-
I don't know, man.
but
like,
when you listen to you play, bro, I want you to give the word for word, bar for bar, on what happened the first time when we were like setting up the computers for the VPNs.
Yeah,
and
and wait a minute. I remember I heard you talking shit.
No.
For
But I want
sure
because he knows how to be the leader. So I want you to like give, because I always bring up this story all the time about that night that you like literally gave someone their first win. Can you kind of give that like how you are as like a team leader, kind of like?
So like I just like to stay. I like to keep composed because I feel like when I get a little bit egoish and a little over the top, that's when like I play outside of myself. So usually like when you're in IGL and you're leading, like you just want to be like just the humble voice that's on the team, keep people straight. Like I said, I don't care what it takes for people to like get their edge, get themselves going, as long as it doesn't affect your gameplay. But yeah, like I just like to be that calm kind of person. Like I can get amped up. Like when it's a hype moment and I know that like, okay, if I get hyped here, like, and I dap him up and like I get him going, like he says, when he tells me like he's the man, like I'm like telling him like, bro, you're so good at this game. Like you're dominant. Like you're the best.
So
like
talented.
exactly. You're talented. Like I was giving that to him the whole time during the tourney because they need that. They feed off that, you know?
Right.
But like, as a competitor, you need to know that like if you're silent and they're not feeding off any energy, then like it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, if they set an example as an IGL.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
not just like winning. Like when you lose, you got like, all right, nah, we good. We
Yeah,
good. Compose.
exactly. Composure. And then so when I'm leading a team that I don't know, like they're frantic. They're like, no, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go up here. Follow me. Stay on me. Like letting them know that like this is what we're gonna do, and just leading them that way, and just like keeping people on track. Like, all right, smoke here, we'll be fine. Like people freaking like, oh, I have no plates, blah 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 blah. Like I'm gonna die. I'm like, no, you're not. Smoke. Like put those plates on. Hit stem. I got you. Like letting them know. Like you gotta be that calm voice. Like it's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. There's some people that need that though, you know, and you gotta understand those kind of players. Like some people don't need that. Some people like are just fine to just go fly and do their own thing, and that's fine by me too. But like, there's other people that like you gotta read them. You gotta let them know like, all right, we're gonna win this thing, bro.
Bro, those players that you played with that one night, they were like, man, I've never gotten a win in my life. You know, like, man, they went home to their wives or whatever, and they're just like, man, this is the best game ever.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, I'm good. Their egos are up. Maybe they're going to now be, like, dominant, right?
Yeah, no, that was a fun time because I love that experience with those kind of people, and it happens all the time when I play because, you know, like there's SPMM, so you get skilled with lesser people than you are, or lower skilled people, I should say, and yeah, man, you just kind of just like, because they don't know what they don't know. You know, they hop on, they casually play. And so when I'm telling them things and I'm seeing these things, I'm looking at my mini map, I see things that they don't. I play the game at such a fast pace that like, but it slowed down for me. But to them, it's like, oh my gosh, he's doing so much all at once. Like, how is he doing all, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like, when I'm able to kind of like teach them and tell them, that's what I kind of like do. I just feel like I'm just trying to let them know that there's more to the game that they're just not seeing.
Yeah, and that correlates a lot to the night before the tournament. We stayed up till like 3 a.m. practicing. And after every match, I would tell them, I'd be like, dude, I can't do this. Like, I don't play this map, and I don't really like it because it's so shit how people play this game. And the next day, played our first match. I hear him silent. So then I have to step in, and I'm like, you know what? This is our strategy. We both know what the fuck we're doing. Let's just feed off of each other's energy.
I remember that.
For the last match, I remember saying, first match.
You're talking about grand finals, right?
Yeah. I said, first match, let's do our own thing. We lost. We lost first match, right? After that, I said, hey,
I was so pissed.
we beat them already. We know how they play. Let's stick together with them. Let them push first so they think we're behind them and they get antsy trying to get those kills. So then they mess up and we don't, and we get the cleanup kills.
True.
And then he's turning up, I'm turning up. Let's get it, let's get it. And then that was just setting the pace of the whole thing of like just trusting each other.
Yeah.
Just trusting each other, knowing that we know we can do what we can do. And if I'm not performing, he's not performing, we're still going to have each other's back, telling each other we know what the fuck.
That was our first map that we lost all day, too.
Yeah,
and we
dude.
could have folded.
Yeah.
We could have. Yeah,
It was crazy.
that was crazy.
Well, shit, guys, man, this was an awesome podcast, bro.
Yeah.
Just
we
hearing
gotta
the
do it again.
feedback. Do you have any last words, Garrett?
Me? No. Oh, I wanted to give out. So we were going the top 3. Were those Call of Duty or just shooting games in general?
Call of Duty.
Oh.
I never gave my third. My third
Oh.
is Warzone. Like, just Warzone. Not MW19. Warzone is top 3.
Did he finish yours?
Yeah, he did.
He did. You did.
Yeah.
You did.
I'm just going shooting games because I barely know Call of Duty. I'm going to go top 3, going down up. I'm going to go Halo number 3,
Love it.
Medal of Honor number 2.
Whoa.
Medal of
That is
Honor.
a banger.
Medal of
That
Honor.
is
played
really good.
the World
Man,
War
Garrett
II.
came out shooting, bro. Literally.
I've been saving it. I've been saving it.
Do you
Medal
guys
of Honor.
remember the Metal Gear Slug on the little arcade games?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
God,
And the number 1, I mean, it's not going to be a shocker. Number 1 shooting game is 007.
Oh, which
Eagle?
one though?
Eagle
Eagle Eye?
I think
With the golden
Yeah,
figure?
it's golden.
Oh
Golden
man.
Gun, yeah.
Bro, all you see is the guy's hand like this.
Yeah.
That's the number 1 shooting game. I mean, we played that for hours.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's one
god.
of the hardest games ever.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna let Devin spin it off however he wants to end it. I know he has some slay words, bro. What are you gonna say to end this? Bro?
Okay, last part before we wrap it up. I want this last part being your guys' time to shine your Twitch channels, because I popped in your stream after the tournament,
Yeah.
and that was like my first time, because I followed you like a couple days
Yeah, I
earlier.
saw
That was
that,
my
yeah.
first time, and your vibe and stuff, like, you should be up there, because
I appreciate that.
bro, your vibe, energy, it was like so entertaining.
Just got a nuke.
Yeah, like
Bro,
how you
I was
treat your
watching for hours
audience,
the other day.
how you treat your audience and stuff. I just want, go follow them on Twitch. Shout out your Twitch real
Yeah.
quick.
So my Twitch is Astroboihero, all one word. Boy is with an I. Same with everything else except for TikTok. TikTok is AstroboyGG.
Yeah, and yours.
For me, you can find me on Kick and Twitch. It should be lowercase x. Everything else is capital POVEK, Xpovic. Stay tuned for more Warzone tournaments here. We're going to do 4v4 CDL tournaments too. So if you guys want to come run it, show what the fuck you guys got, come through. You guys know where to find us.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes,
Who runs
sir.
Reno right now? I want to ask that. Who currently runs Reno?
We do.
Sheesh.
Easy.
Dang.
Yeah, seriously. Go follow them, watch it. Bro, they deserve all the praise after that first stream. That's all I need. But yeah,
appreciate you, bro.
that's the end of episode 4. Thanks for
Sweet.
watching.
Follow
We'll see you guys
Reno
next
Tech
week.
NV.
Yep. Yes, sir. Let's spin it.
Another fire one. I need to throw some water starting at these guys. Like baptizing them. We're throwing out fire out here, baby.